Chapter 42. Return Visit to the Unlucky Bend. Birds were singing. Sunlight spilled in stripes across the bed from between the shutter slats. My watch lying on the floor read 7:35. My blanket and shirt were as wet as if they had been soaked in a bucket of water. My head was still fuzzy, but the fever had gone. Outside, the world was a snow-swept landscape. The pasture gleamed positively silver in the new morning light. I went downstairs and took a hot shower. My face was pale, my cheeks stripped of their flesh overnight. I coated my entire face with 3 times the necessary amount of shaving cream, and I proceeded to shave methodically. Then I went and pissed so much I could hardly believe it myself. I was so exhausted from the piss that I collapsed on the chaise lawns for 15 minutes. The birds kept on singing. The snow had begun to melt and drip from the eaves. Occasionally in the background there'd be a sharp creaking. It was almost on 8:30 by the time I got up. I drank 2 glasses of grape juice, ate a whole apple. Then I picked out a bottle of wine, a large Hershey bar, and 2 more apples from the cellar. I packed my things. The room took on a forlorn air. Everything was coming to an end. Checking with my watch, at 9 o'clock I wound up the 3 weights of the grandfather clock. Then I slid the heavy timepiece around and connected the 4 cords behind. Green cord to green cord, red cord to red cord. The cords came out of 4 holes drilled in the back, 1 pair above, 1 pair below. The cords were secured with twists of the same wire I'd seen in the Jeep. I pushed the grandfather clock back in place, then went to the mirror and bid farewell to myself. "Hope all goes well," I said. "Hope all goes well," the other said. I crossed the middle of the pasture the same way as I had come. The snow crunched beneath my feet. The pasture looked like a silver volcanic lake, not a footprint anywhere, only mine which, when I turned around, led back in trail to the house. My tracks meandered all over the place. It's not easy to walk in a straight line. From this far off, the house looked almost like a living thing. Cramped and hunched over, it twisted to shake the snow down from its gabled roof. A block of snow slid off the roof and dashed to the ground with a thud. I kept walking across the pasture, on through the endless birchwoods, across the bridge, around the base of the conical peak, onto the unlucky bend in the road. Miraculously, the snow on the curve had not frozen to the road. No matter, I was sure that as carefully as I stepped, I would get dragged to the bottom of that sheer drop. It was an effort just to keep walking until I cleared that curved ledge clinging to the crumbling cliff face. My armpits were soaked with sweat, a regular childhood nightmare. Off to the right were the flatlands. They too were covered in snow, the Junitaki River glistening right down the middle. I thought I could hear a steam whistle in the distance. It was marvelous, actually. I took a breath and hitched up my backpack, then set off down the gentle slope. At the next bend was a brand new jeep. In front of the jeep, the boss's black-suited secretary.